Hey guys, welcome to another video. I really appreciate you joining today. Today I wanted to do my full review. I have a little over 60 miles on them on the Altra Rivera 3. These shoes are from Altra. Altra is known for having a foot-shaped toe box, and the Rivera 3 is no different. It does have the foot-shaped toe box. It's also known for zero drop, so it has a 28 millimeter stack height in the heel, 28 millimeters in the forefoot, so zero drop. They use their Ego foam, which is the same foam they used in the Rivera 2. It's also the same foam that's used in the Altra Lone Peaks and the Altra Escalantes. It was their first nitrogen infused foam. I actually find it very bouncy. It feels good to me underfoot. One of the changes they made when they went to the Rivera 3 is they increased that stack height to 28. It was 26 before. I had the Rivera 1s. They actually worked out as pretty decent shoes for me. They weren't necessarily my favorite. One thing I'm not as crazy about with the Rivera line is they use the slim fit, so it's not as wide in the forefoot as some other Altra shoes. I tend to prefer the standard width or even the original fit, which is even wider. But that being said, these have been comfortable for me. I'm not having any issue with it being too narrow. The slim foot toe box, it's still wide enough. I would say that the slim fit Altras is still pretty much like a high percentage of shoes out there, standard width, so it hasn't been an issue. I also find that this upper is very flexible, so it also still allows my toes to move around some. So I've actually been very comfortable in these. Some things that I've really enjoyed about this shoe, I like this multi-mesh upper, or dual mesh upper that they call it. You can see it's real thin through it. Over on the side you can actually kind of see through it to the lower level of mesh, but I think it's breathing really well. I think the yellow colorway probably helps a little bit in the sun too. We're getting up into the upper 80s here in North Texas, and I'm finding these are working really good in the heat. I'm hoping that'll continue as it gets even hotter. The fit around the collar is very comfortable. It's actually got a little extra padding in here, but it's not like overly thick, but it's got plenty of padding to make it comfortable. The tongue is nice and padded, but it's not a super plush tongue. They keep down the weight a little bit. It's just kind of got a standard lacing to it, but it has the hole to help hold the the tongue in place, and I've had no issues with that. I have just found it a very comfortable shoe. I think it's a good all-around trainer. I have found it with the Ego midsole, that gives it some pretty good pop. Comparing it to something like the Altra Torin, which the Torin 6 also has 28 millimeters of stack height, but the Torin has an Ego Max midsole, which I think is a little softer feeling than this, but I find this one slightly more responsive. So I find this a little bit better for me if I want to pick up the pace. Anyway, I have found them very comfortable. The longest, I've used them for mostly short runs because that's most of what I've been doing lately. But I did go out for a 12-miler yesterday, which is the longest run I've done in a while, and I found these very comfortable and pretty poppy. I really was comfortable in them. I could easily, I think, run a marathon in these. I most likely won't use them a lot for real long runs or marathons, just because I still do prefer the little bit wider toe box of maybe like the standard fit, Ultra standard fit. But up to a half marathon and anything up to that, I'm very comfortable in these, and I think I would even be comfortable, like I said, running a marathon in them. I just prefer the little bit wider fit. Anyway, I'm actually very impressed by these shoes. I wasn't sure I would like them. Like I said, the original Altra Riveras, I liked them okay, but they really weren't my favorite. I like these a lot better. I think these are going to be good everyday training shoes, and so far they have been in my 60 miles in them. That, and I think the yellow colorway I think looks really cool. So I'm really enjoying the shoes. Anyway, that's really all I have. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you're interested, if you like the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I will eventually do some comparisons of this to some other shoes that I own, and I will do an update on these once they get a lot more miles on them to just tell you how they're wearing over time. But other than that, that's it for me today. I hope you're having a good day, and keep moving.